for that team and for Mark. It looked like the 14 just got loose up there. Maybe over-adjusted if his car happened to be tight earlier, and just over-adjust a little bit. And it's just hard. You work hard to try to catch it, but at the speeds that you're going, it's just very difficult.
Left side of your screen.
Looks like it was the 88 car of Brad Keselowski. Got loose, slid up into Steven. Nothing Steven Wallace could do right there. He kept his car clean all week. He'd done a great job, and then just taken out.
We see Jeff Burton going into turn 3 right here.
Almost identical place where he had some contact during the Cup event.
Inside.
Here we see the 66 car, Steven Wallace, trying to force his way underneath Kelly Byers. The 66 was having to start at the tail end because of that infraction on pit road.
Yeah, he had been having a good run. I'd watched him progress up through today. So, you have something like that happen. I'm sure he probably thought he wasn't speeding, and then they move him to the back. You get a little bit impatient there at times. But, it's unfortunate. Kelly Byers was having a good run also.
I'm not so sure I actually saw the contact. We heard from spotters that there was contact. By the way, for you Steven Wallace fans, they tell us that he was running that come down. That's good news, meaning he's awake and okay. Let's see what happened to the 41 car.
He didn't overcorrect it.
He just went on a wild ride there.
Yeah. It did look like, though, as he entered the corner, that he might have had
I believe that right rear
tire.
Yeah, that right rear looked like it went down just getting in the corner.
Watch his car come off the ground. That's hard, but I tell you what, not as hard as it used to be now that we have the safer barriers.
Hot spot right there in turn 4. I was on top of one of the haulers in practice. You see the car just breaks loose, and nobody around him. We saw this in practice with no other cars around, and these guys just break loose and spin out and hit the wall. So it looks like he thinks he's got him cleared right here, and he gets blindsided. There's nothing he could do, and at that point, really nothing Kyle Kriseloff could do.
Take a look at what Mike Wallace saw from behind this mess.
Right there in front of you. Back it down there. Come to the bottom. There you go.
Yeah, you can see he got together with somebody and just took off across the infield. Very lucky they didn't get somebody else involved.
Brian Keselowski is the older brother of Brad, who drives the 88 car.
Too, so you can't just put this. It's just a slick racetrack, and it just gets out there a little bit, and there's no forgiving. Kevin Harvick just barely gets by right there.
All right, caution's out. Good job.
By the move by Kevin Harvick to get by. Look at Harvick right behind him, and Wallace spins in. Somehow Harvick gets through there, but Mike Bliss isn't so lucky.
Now Mike gets a good piece of that.
Tires right now.
Very reminiscent of Steven Wallace's car where he just snapped around up there. He also pancaked the left side.
All right, guys, this was fun. Hit the wall.
That same spot in turn 4. It's just like, it must be that that one spot has less grip than the rest of the racetrack. I'll tell you one thing, though. If I look at these flags, Dale, these flags are blowing. This wind is really stiff.
There, Bobby Hamilton Jr., those guys all in the top 15. Whoa! The 18 car up in the wall.
That was a tire failure on the straightaway. We saw that thing right there blow out, take the fender. Nothing Kyle could do right there. Taylor was having a little bit of problem. He slipped back there to Mark Martin.
Still on the replay, started back in the center of the corner.
Headed in the wrong direction.
Well, the good news is that these guys will be able to get on pit road and get some fresh rubber. The 14th at California for the CJM efforts.
Whoa!
Marcus Ambrose trying to hold on and can't get it to stay up across the racetrack.
How about that?
Hold the brake. Okay.
Corner, David might have, I don't know, it's hard to say he crowded him. They're both just trying to get down into the corner. I'm going to bet we have two different opinions on what happened there.
You think? Let's see what Tony Stewart's onboard camera showed us as they were down there trailing.
Dale was just talking about how
They're all around.
That inside is just so tough.
Still clear.
See,
Spin behind you. 99.20.
Yeah, Tony was trying not to get all this. Just great racing. I mean, we've got guys all the way from.
Here we go.
Contact Martin into the back of the 60 car. There was contact there, and the 60 and the 88 come together.
I know Mark Martin didn't mean to do that.
In the 01 car. just had some trouble all by himself and popped the wall, and that is a tough break for the youngster from South Carolina.
Dario Franchitti, the 40 car. 18-year-old Brian Clausen. There's the contact. Franchitti spins, and the yellow flag waves. Cameras on the left side. Here's the contactor just after he has spun. There's a 28 car in the left side.
Just sense how fast these guys are going when they stop up against the wall.
Coming off turn 2, you got the car down, pinched down, but you see his right rear was in that seam that we were talking about earlier, and a lot of times you get that in there, you just don't have the grip. You're trying to accelerate.
Now, if he'll just lock her down, just
right
like
there.
Dick Beatty used to tell the drivers he wouldn't have hit this wall. He just...
So he was in the gas like he was trying to keep the car spun around, and he got the wheels going the wrong way. Created a hard impact, that you said, in the outside wall.
Learned a good lesson. If he just locked it down, he wouldn't have hit anything.
They used to tell...
Oh, my goodness, yeah. He's talking about it wasn't as gentle a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's into it pretty hard right here.
Yeah, that might look innocent enough, but I'll assure you, as he's barreling off down in there at close to 190 miles an hour, and the car doesn't want to turn, that's a bad feeling. And it's a lot harder hit than what it looks right there when you're sitting in the driver's seat.
The 41 and 24 out of the corner.
See, it looked like Dale Jr. got underneath Eric McClure in that 24 car. Whoa, wow. Big crash. Jr. just looking for some room around these guys. Man, look at the debris flying off these cars.
Wow.
Picks that 24 completely up off the ground.
Right along with Dale Jr. We'll see what he saw as he tried to make a move underneath the 24.
Okay, hold her down here, bud. Hold her down. Got some fender damage.
Mike Wallace from behind this.
60s there inside. Bottom, come to the bottom, come to the bottom, come to the bottom.
Have 5 laps in. And the action is typical Bristol. Bobby Labonte around backwards, coming out of turn 4 and tags the outside wall. Yellow on the racetrack.
Going to get caught up in someone else's problems.
Looks like the 6 car maybe got into the back of Martin Truex. Ooh,
Kyle Busch was trying to drive by there as fast.
And Rudeman, why are we under yellow? Contact. Casey Kane in the 9 car and Dario Franchitti up in the corner. Franchitti's car slides up.
Right there, yeah. That
looks like what he's got here is maybe some oil lines. There's some smoke that's coming out from under the hood. Looks like it got on the tires and sent him up in the wall because we could.
Here's the reason for the caution flag. Kyle Krisiloff making his 3rd start of the year for Chip Ganassi. And the car just goes around on him.
Yeah, that's that transition that we talked about earlier, about how difficult it is when you come out of that banking. You all of a sudden are on a flat racing surface, and if you don't have the back of the car hooked up completely under you, then that's exactly what will happen. It'll just come around in a hurry.
Well, that's, you see, Tony Stewart's actually the one that got into the back of the 41, but that's kind of you put yourself in that position when you're holding up a faster car.
we came in and saw just a 2-tire change on Harvick. They actually did do 4, and there is what happened on the contact with John Young. And then it cost Kyle Busch dearly.
Yeah, these cautions get everybody jammed up. You see, it looks like Clint Boyer just gets right into the back of Jamie McMurray and spins him around. No way he could save it.
Let's go on board with
the 88 car. Gets in there a little hard and gets in the gas and just barely catches him.
Yeah, and sometimes you get those left sides down on the apron, it'll shoot you up the racetrack. It's kind of off camera there. Kevin was just trying to make the pass. He thought that he had a run there, and I don't think he intended to hit him. I think he just thought that he could drive off the corner of the side.
Stay low. Caution's out, caution's out.
Well, as we head for a commercial break, take one more look. And he gets into it.
Definitely.
Yeah, misjudged his front end a little bit there. The front end of his car.
Yeah, these 2 young guys are just up on the wheel. Looks like Landon Castle just made a little error in judgment.
That's 2 of our 12 drivers that are under the age of 20. Oh, he's going to get help. That's Marcus Ambrose into him.
It's a little 360.
Nice job. Go on board with Jason.
Inside, the 25.
That was earlier contact from the 25 car.
Right side, get it ready.
I think it was actually the earlier contact that caused this, not the 20.
Twice he said that.
Some of this earlier damage looks like, yeah, he blew a right front tire.
Ow.
Made you wonder if maybe that other damage didn't cause that.
Yeah.
Caution for 11 laps. Here's the contact. Jason Keller in the 11, David Reagan behind him, the 86 car behind him, Antonio Perez.
Jason did a good job spinning that thing around, just keeping it going. No caution come out for this event right here. The big one's about ready to happen on the entry of turn 7.
On board Mike Bliss's car, you see Keller spin around. Nice job by Bliss to get underneath him and not be caught up in the contact.
Wow, looked like Sam got under him there. Maybe a little hard on the brakes, got a little bit loose and kind of turned up into him.
Camera, and you'll watch Sam Hornish come out on the right side of your screen.
Well, you just got to believe that Sam got in the corner.
We're watching this from high above, trying to figure out exactly what happened. And you can see Dario Franchitti looks like he loses a tire getting into the corner and triggers this wreck.
Now watch his car come around right down in front of traffic. Some cars really had nowhere to go. There's the 91 coming along. That is Larry Gunzelman. Hard impact in the left side, again looking down the backstretch.
Yeah, right there you can see that tire completely exploding. And I would imagine that happened from some kind of a contact, maybe into the left rear, knocked the valve stem out, or maybe cut the sidewall of the tire. Oh, man, that's a hard lick right there.
Yeah, and they're sailing down the backstretch at over 185 miles an hour. Dario Franchitti comes down, and DJ, how tough is it to control a car like the 91 car at these speeds when you got like the left side tires on the grass?
Yeah, you've got a lot of smoke, and you're just, you're going, your spotter tells you to go low because the other car is up on top of the racetrack.
Inside of the 66, right over in front.
That's a tire.
41, yeah, tire had an issue with Wimmer.
There was no contact whatsoever. We just assumed they got 5 wide and got together, but that was actually a tire that let go.
The fast food business up in Tennessee. We'll show you again what happened to Eric.
Yeah, it looks like he may have had a tire go down and probably got it slowed down a good bit before he had this spin. Is why we didn't see any damage.
Caution, number 4. There is the car behind him, Reed Sorensen, the 22.
And that's why you don't bump draft in the corner. You see he had some contact there with Reed Sorensen, the 22 car into the 6, spin him right around.
Reagan headed down the pit road. Let's go down.
City level coming up on these guys.
We saw Mike Wallace look like he was going below David Rudeman right here, but they ran up on a slower car. Wow.
What? Man.
That's Kevin LePage's 61 that Carl Edwards went up across the back of. And then it all broke loose behind him. Car slipping and sliding. Kelly Byers involved. Brad Keselowski, watch again.
Oh, you see what happened here. This 61 was not up to speed, and it's almost like these guys moved over and didn't see him.
Had no idea that he was coming out. They did. I'm sure that the spotters up there saw him on the apron. They weren't expecting him to come and join back right in front of the leaders.
Pole shot so far for Hamlin.
There you go.
Oh, pow! What'd I say?
He stood on it.
He stood on it, but the problem is right now, guys, he has got to try to finish this lap, but he can't. He's got too much damage.
We got a qualifier. We're out.
There you go. He's got to stand on it, and he can't do it. He's got too much damage. He's out.
What happened here is the tire went down. He's still trying to run hard, and just got too much damage to the car. You can see that right front tire just goes down. Oh man, he makes a hard lick into the wall.
Doc, I would have made the same decision to start on the outside. I think that was a good decision, but he just got in there so deep up in that dirt on the top of the track. It got him.
See him here trying to get down. He's just a little too low getting in that corner.
He just got pinched down. The guy just got him right down on the white line, and he pulled that wheel down. A lot of drivers were concerned about these real hard tires not having enough grip.
Watch the top of your screen there. There's the 30 car, Stanton Barrett, who has run well here in a Cup car in the past. Spins his Chevy around and backs it up against the safer barrier and just rubs the wall all the way around.
Window. And some of these other guys may be able to stay out.
Now, Andy, with all the cars in the lead lap, pit right now. Take a look at this. Go down to the apron. And, man, that is your worst nightmare right there.
Got a little tap from behind by the 0-1 Curtis Davis, and that was all that was necessary for the Ford car. There was the tap, and Derek Cope trying to hang on.
could almost feel that one.
Well, Brad Tigg did a nice job to miss him and then not hit anything with his car. Reagan there pulls away. Keselowski is there in the 88 car.
That's that same spot on the racetrack that you really can't race side by side.
Andy, that's exact same thing that happened to Brad Keselowski early in the race when he went down, got the left front tire on the apron, de-wedged the car. It actually took weight off.
Camera, see if we can detect what happened.
Hang on.
Well, it's hard to say
Stay on the
what.
brake here. Stay on the brake. Stay stopped right there.
Hard to say what caused it, but it looked like the car got real loose over there and just got behind on the steering a little bit.
Yeah, no, the crazy thing, Andy, is that he's out there by himself. I mean, this guy's been dominating the race late by staying out in the field. I wouldn't say dominate, but to go, and this is where they usually get so wound up.
He just got against the wall. Whoa, Reagan hard in the wall.
David Reagan hits it hard, goes right across in front of traffic.
Do their job.
A very tough night for Jack Roush's cars. There's the 6 car. That's the last car of the 3 that he had actually running competitively. The 60 car of Carl Edwards hit the wall in lap 1. You just saw what happened a few laps ago to the 17 of King of Darlington over the years. What about the 38 car? He takes off and Martin does not take off. He gets turned into the wall. Contact. The 47 of Byers involved.
They're wrecking now. Come on.
This is definitely a fuel situation that caused this.
Oh, man, I can't believe this for Mark Martin. He had such a good run going on. And
Out of the throttle down to the bottom. He's going to pick the throttle up right here. And the minute he picks the throttle up, there's just no grip in this racetrack right now. They're going to have to go to a backup car. And, oh, by the way, they race in about 3 hours and 45 minutes from right now.
Wallace came in here 11th in points. On. And Kevin Harvick a little earlier into the corner. Wrecks a car he didn't much like anyway.
Right now, what he needs to beat is a 31.290.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the hard one. So
this 05 car
picks up a little, Larry, but 40th. He's got to get past
it's not going to happen that way.
Brad Teague at a 31.74.
This turn 2's been tricky all week. You see how nobody around him here just snapped around.
you know, in practice, Andy, there were just a lot of cars were loose, and they got to get through this transition of the racetrack. This is the problem area. This is the time that they got to be careful.
On board, Kenny Wallace's Border Patrol Chevy.
Watch in front of you, stay high. One behind you. Keep coming.
Out of Brad Baker's 81 car.
Guys, he just got loose down there, Andy, just all by himself, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he just got loose on the inside of that 81 car. Does a great job here. He keeps driving the car and doesn't hit anything. He's trying to get to pit road now with his flat tires.
Motorsports until this weekend is over, and going to move on to other. Whoa, there is Sam Hornish. And Hornish is nosed into the wall. Got a little bit of a little nudge from behind, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like somebody caught him right in the corner there. Need to look at a replay to see exactly what happened. But boy, he's killed this car in the front end.
Oh, anything up with a low budget, that's for sure.
That same spot there in turn 2, all by himself.
You know, it looks like he just got the air off him a little bit with that car was behind him. I believe it was the 40 car. Possibility of Brian Clausen just got him loose. You know, didn't hit him, just got him loose, it looks like.
Robert, who a lot of guys in the garage here yesterday said has a lot of talent. They want to see this young man be able to get a chance. And as you said, they're trying to put enough nickels and dimes and dollars together to run the rest of the year. And to Brian here up in the corner.
He just loses it just like some of these other guys have off that corner.
Yeah, it looks like he got the right rear tire right up in the dirty part of the racetrack. You can see where the track's black and then it gets gray. That means when you get in that gray, you're out of the groove. You get it on, and boy, Casey get down in there, and just start running out of room on the bottom of the racetrack. And
yeah, Kelly definitely squeezed Casey Kane down to the bottom of the racetrack. Did not give him near enough room.
Guys, I think that was just a racing accident right there. I mean, there's two cats going for it. Casey just ran out of room on that one.
I'm not sure that the 47 car, Kelly Byers, saw Casey under him there.
In 15th, 16th position back there, there is Stephen Wallace, and the car gets there's contact there with the 38 of Leffler.
That is just what happens when you get on the bottom. All of these guys got arrow loose. We saw that earlier with Kelly Byers. Same thing happened down there. So running out of racing room.
They're also 3 wide think Jason Leffler could have given him just a little bit more room if they hadn't been 3 wide. But
well, he is battling with the 11 car of Jason Keller.
Looks like he had a right front tire go down, get in the corner. He was up high, so he didn't make real big contact, but he had a problem with the right front, it looked like.
Man, he was just doing a great job all night long. You saw the sparks fly out of the car.
With a crash by Mike Wallace. A look at that going off into the corner. It looks like a little bit of last lap racing there.
Boy, he was. Mike was digging, trying to get that extra position, got a little bump there, got into some traffic, and ended up wadded up, unfortunately.
Car, that is a backup car as you move back up front and watch this battle. Oh, contact. Landon Castle's car gets a little tap.
Let him figure it out. Clear to the bottom.
And around he goes, and Biffle able to get woed down. But that will bring out the caution flag here on lap number 20. One of the regulars here in the series. And watch top of your screen, the contact.
Well, it looks like Donnie Neuenberger was on the top of the track and came down in front of the 24 car of Eric McClure, and McClure just got pinched down the bottom. It looked like there was no room for him to go.
Watch him in the corner there. Just go straight across the racetrack.
Ooh, man.
That wall wouldn't, they call it a safer barrier, but it's not all that soft. It's probably a lot safer, but man, that still looks like it hurt.
Contact here in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Jason Keller definitely got into the back of David Reagan. Looked like Reagan was giving Jason plenty of room.
Yeah, that looks crazy up there. It looks like
Bush was second in points, and watch Leffler's car. See where the contact is.
Leffler just got big time loose and back over, and there's his teammate of all people, and bam, both of them out.
Kyle was giving him plenty of room, but when the 38 car got
just spun out all by himself. Let's take one more look here. Yeah, just got loose up off of turn 2. And guys, I was telling you, this track is really slick. And we watched Jason come down pit road after this happened, and he piled a bunch of wedge in that baby, so it must have been pretty loose. Some big
66, Stephen Wallace, Bernie Lamar, the 37, and Ambrose, the 59.
And what happened, this was a perfect storm. Stephen Wallace was trying to get around the lap car, Bernie Lamar, and he gets down underneath him, and Marcus gets right behind Stephen.
Actually, after the restart, see, right there is where he blew that tire.
Contact with a 9 car on the restart. There it was. You see the 9 car does a nice job of holding on. That's Chase Miller not spinning the car right in front of Wimmer.
Yeah, but Brad Coleman got some damage to that right front fender.
Caution for the 5th time and out, coming out of turn 4. Headed down to the start-finish line, and he whoops back and forth, and around he goes. A little bit of contact with the wall. Back with the green in a moment. 3 car. And Cale, watch what happens in the corner. The car just looks like it just goes up the track.
Yeah, it just got sideways, and then when he went to correct it, he overcorrected just a little bit and got in the wall pretty hard. Brad Daugherty called it. He said there was going to be another caution.
I don't think he knew it was going to be Cale Gale, though.
Yeah, you see right here, he's in the middle of all these leaders.
And the leaders are just getting impatient. You know, they just don't want to mess around and get way in the back of the pack. And looks like Mike just got in the back of him just a little too much right there. Let's take a look at what happened here. Bernie just got loose. Just a classic case of getting loose up off the corners. Spun that baby around and didn't tear the front of the car up, which is good. When you tear that front end up, you're in big trouble.
Nice job by Stephen Wallace and onboard camera. Let's see if we can see what happened.
Oh, that
He had a little damage already on that in the corner. And we've seen this be a tricky corner right here.
Oh, it's a classic case. You're just getting aerodynamically loose on the inside of a car. You get so compacted against a car, guys, the air doesn't get to the rear spoiler. A driver loses it. And that's what you got to watch at a track like this going into turn 1 and into turn 3.
Down Steven, and Carl's 2 laps down. Steven is 1 lap down.
Yeah, he's going, hey, wait a minute now. This is my spot.
And Steven's warming his tires up. And Carl, and like you say, Steve's 1 down and Carl's 2 down. I don't know what in the world is going on there. Look at that. Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, he's on the right side of your screen.
Yeah, you can see he's right down on that white line. That car just got out from under him right there.
Well, they said it was loose.
Yeah, you don't know if the left front wheel maybe touched the apron just a little bit, de-wedged the car, which makes it real loose, or what happened, but that was just a freak deal right there. You hardly ever see Kyle Busch just spin it out in something like this. But let's take a look at this one time here. 3 wide. Whoa, gets a little touch from Boyer. That's not done yet here. He's going to spin. A car is going to go to the top to try to avoid him.
It's like it might be Brian Keselowski comes in here.
Stay on it. I'll tell you what, he's going to pull up here in a second. It looked like watching him. He gets hit in the side again.
And Carl Edwards coming in behind him.
Whoops. Looks like Carl got just a little piece of the bumper. Great job by David, though, not hitting anything.
Yeah, thank gosh. It cost me a lot of money.
Florida short track ace Travis Kittleson goes around in the Jack McNelly-owned Chevy, and that brought out the yellow flag for the third time tonight.
And, you know, that's just a classic case of running out of room like we saw early in the race with Clint Boyer. You know, Chase Miller was coming from the top of the wall down his normal line.
It's like he got all jammed up behind Mike Wallace. Marcus Ambrose gets into the back of David Stremme. Looks like a big kind of just a accordion effect getting in the corner.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. You can see that he was on the brakes trying to keep hitting the back of Mike Wallace's car.
Somebody got into the side. Looks like it was Cale Gale.
Ooh, that's when you just get loose going at the corner when you're laying your right side against that guy's left side. Makes that car really loose. Cale Gale just got loose and got up into him.
Like Stephen Wallace gets into the left rear corner. Chase Miller.
And it looks like, let's see, he's not out of the woods yet. Steven gets his left front fender tore off. 3 wide coming off of turn 2. No enough room for that, and they're all in the smoke.
Hard to tell there, but it looks like he could have gotten a little bit of help coming out of there, a little contact. I mean, that's exactly what I was getting to. It's the low tire pressure. It makes this one of the most difficult places that we go to. And it does look like the 66 got into the back of Brad Coleman just a little bit. And again, with very little traction right now, with these tires on this racing surface, it doesn't take much.
Just that.
Very impressive to watch him come through the traffic and make the passes that he's made.
Whoa, contact. Did he get contacted or just get in the corner?
Hold the brake, bud. Hold the brake.
And he slams the wall very hard and heavy damage on the front of his Chevy.
Likely not going to repeat today, so looks like the streak might still be able to keep going.
Yeah, it looks like he just got in there a little bit hard in the center of the corner, and the car got away from him, as we talked about. Very easy to do.
In the final lap.
We can see these down inside of him right there. It looks like just a little bit of contact, pinch down. Sometimes if you just touch the right front tire of your car, it'll take it around, won't it, DJ?
Yeah.
He'll feel quickly. I know he's got a quick race car, but what makes one driver? Whoa, trouble, the 22 car. Josh Wise sideways spinning down the back straightaway. 175 miles an hour, and somehow controls it.
Didn't hit anything.
This time by.
All deals off here with 2 laps to go. Oh, got his trouble off turn 2.
Colin Brown in the 16 car noses into the wall, and the concrete slides down the back straightaway. That will bring out caution.
Nice and easy.
That's going to change everything.
The final lap.
All these guys jockeying for positions. Looks like he got a little tap from behind.
And there's the contact, hard contact. Fortunately, it was the soft wall, safe for Barry, but still heavy damage on the front of Mike Wallace's Toyota. Pit road is closed. Let's see what happened to Leffler here coming out of 4.
Oh, he just got loose and lost it. Got that right rear quarter panel up in the wall. Yeah, that was just a classic case, guys, of chasing a loose car and just lost it at that point.
Yeah, just coincidentally spun past the entrance of pit road.
Let's see what happened with the 18 car Kyle Busch on pit road. With the 6 car David Reagan up high and Bobby
Mike Kenseth.
And 17 goes around. We were just watching if he was going to be able to make it by. And the car goes spinning around and will bring out caution for the second time. Fire. Let's see if we can see what happened to Kelly. Whoops, had a little help.
There, he just wasn't quite clear to get in that corner. He was trying to get that angle of getting in the corner, and he was probably passing this 52 thinking he had enough room.
Yeah.
That was the veteran Brad Teague driving for Jimmy Means that they had the contact with.
Go low, go low, go low.
Nice job by Stephen Wallace to listen to.
I mean, no contact. Just looks like he jumped out from under Brad off the corner.
Yeah, you could see him as he got back in the gas, started to lose the back end of the car. It looked like he was trying to drive it out of it, but just ran out of room.
Sorensen stuck on the outside there. Oh, his contact.
Oh, we got a big problem.
Oh, right in the head on into the wall. The 29 car of Scott Wimmer. Contact from the inside on the 5 and right up across in front.
Race hard. As you see, Brad Keselowski thinking that he might can go to the outside now.
Oh, trouble. That's too bad.
Contact, and that, oh my goodness, they're not going anywhere now. The 99 in the wall and Keselowski right there with him.
Top of the screen. Oh, he just got loose all the way up on the high side. He was running a USAC groove up there.
Ooh, boy,
that was close.
Making it through.
Might have been David Reagan that he.
Well, Brad Keselowski got through.
Chase Miller.
Chase Miller just made it through. Let's take another look at what happened here.
Down there.
I really can't see what happened. They got in there a little late. Must be the oil that Carl Edwards was dropping on the racetrack.
Came out.
Top of the screen. Oh, he come off the corner. There you go.
Ouch.
Sparks, that was cool.
That was almost in your living room, wasn't it?
Yeah. As long as you're not a Stremme fan, because that wasn't cool if you're a Stremme fan.
Well, and of course, like we said, Roger Penske is keeping his eyes on him. He's got him under a testing contract already. So here's what happened. There is the 47. Keep an eye on that left front. Did it blow first and cause this? Yes, it did. He hits the wall, and then somehow Clausen ends up in this. Clausen was running 18th at the time, and he has brought it behind the wall. Let's ride with Mike Wallace. Oh, he gets turned by Keselowski. And he saw the contact up ahead.
Absolutely right. He started to lift a little bit.
Do it again.
No, left rear was flat.
Tire was already down.
Yeah. We don't know what happened out of turn 2, though.
How far back can we run these cameras? He does get into it, but it looks like the tire was down before.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's going to be
okay. Now he's on the outside of the 64. And they might have made a little bit of contact, and Randy just come by and ended up in the grass.
So now we'll take our final break as we get ready there. And here he comes through turn 14, and whoops. Well, like father, like son, same location.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to be getting heat in the tires too. They got to get some grip, get these old tires warmed up. They're awful.
Back to Mexico earlier in the year. That's the 59 of Marcus Ambrose getting into Boris Said, and Boris did not take kindly to it because he felt like Marcus didn't give him any chance there. He just kept plowing on through and drove right over him. And after it was all said and done, the words were exchanged. You could see how furious Boris was. In our pre-race show, just in case you weren't with us, he said, "Oh, that's in the past, but I'm not going to send him a Christmas card." Impersonation of the window cleaner at your service station.
It's like a floor mop, doesn't it?
Well, you can't get it turned over.
Carl, turn it over, get it down there. He's trying to get a different grip. Vince, what's he got to say about that?
You know, actually, that was made for him in case the windows started fogging up on the inside. He could actually use it to clear off the windows on the inside should they be fogging, and I think he's just getting a little creative. You know what? I think Carl Edwards just has too much fun when he's out there on the racetrack. That's what it's all about. Remember?
See all these guys jockeying for this position, getting into the inner loop, and he gets a little bit of help from Marcus Ambrose.
I don't know if he got help or if he just got loose, got in there a little bit hard. It's hard to tell. When you're right behind the car, sometimes it's really hard to judge exactly.
Contact, top of your screen there, the 29 and the 01.
Yeah, just a little miscalculation right there. And you're racing some of these guys, you don't really know where they're going to back off.
Yeah, Jeff had gotten a run and was
Pontier that got together. The 27 and the 9, everyone's fanning out, trying to get out of the way. Oh, my gosh.
Look at the air he catches there, man.
Brad Coleman up on the back of the right rear quarter panel of Patrick Carpentier. Steven getting ready to make the turn, and
could be a little payback here. What do you think, Dale?
Well, I'd say, yeah, and that's just the things that happen on the road courses here. There's not a lot of passing that goes on up through there, and looked like Mike Bliss was a little impatient there. He was wanting to go. Yeah.
The 12, there they are.
Yeah, a little contact there. He got into him just a little bit. Looked like Sam was going to be okay right here. And he gets clipped by this 86 car.
And that's probably going to end his day with that car. It's unfortunate. He was doing a great job up there. He'd been out there for a long time.
Blocking, then he passes Matt Kenseth, and he tries to get a little greedy, actually.
Maybe got in there too hard.
Yeah, maybe that's just it. He just got in there too hard and couldn't get the car slowed down.
Yeah, the curb did. He actually got against that curb, and that's what.
Kyle Busch, here's the contact now.
These two get together and go spinning off the racetrack, back on the racetrack, do a full 360. Kyle Busch keeps the lead, or gets the lead from Burton.
Jimmy Johnson's running these guys down, but he can't go.
These other guys can't see. They're going around all this smoke.
Good style, spins it around. There's the contact.
That's amazing.
Watch Kyle Busch just emerge from the smoke.
They're still racing here. No caution. These guys are all still racing.
Stay green. Watch the 30 car right side.
This gets in there a little too hot. Jumps the curb. Spins her around.
That Boyer had some.
Weber's tires are ready to go. He got a good jump right there.
Oh, trouble already.
70 cars spinning.
Behind you, a wreck behind you. Green is still out. Just keep coming, yo.
And Stephen Wallace comes down across and has hard contact with the concrete head on.
Yes, he probably checked up and maybe got hit from behind. And he actually got the worst end of the deal and was just trying to slow down to miss it.
Yeah, it looked like he might get it stopped, and then he just catches a safer barrier on the inside.
History of this racetrack.
Yeah, you do expect the track to tighten up. A lot of guys start their cars pretty free. You see David just gets really loose right here, basically by himself. You're on the verge of doing this just about every lap anyway.
Yeah, those first 5 or 6 and sometimes even 10 or 12 laps after you change tires and have made a
23 car, right side of your screen there.
He's basically out of control when he comes in the picture there, kind of by himself.
64.
Oh, he just catches the back of Patrick there.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that happened. Be interesting to see how NASCAR views this, because that was to stay on the lead lap. And if they have any.
You see how much difference there is in the groove, but they come together off the corner right here. Looks like that could have been a tire problem or something with the 60 car.
Definitely had to be a right front tire going down right there for that to happen. They were just racing. Jamie?
Former winner at Martinsville gets up in the Jimmy Means car and just scrapes the concrete. Top of the screen, there's the 6 car.
Yeah, just got a little bit loose coming off of turn 4 down on that bottom. That bottom groove just seems to be a little bit on the free side in.
Yeah, and he's just going to keep it out of the wall, but he gets it right there and does a little damage to the front end. Talk about fun. Here's the 18 and 20 racing for position. Whoa! Mike Wallace.
Denny Hamlin, the 32 in the back of Wallace.
We got turns.
Mike had been holding up a lot of these lap cars, and they've been struggling to get around him.
Just stop right there.
These guys have been flirting with that high groove. Wow, you see Brian Vickers getting way up into it here. Actually in a place nobody had been running. You see that rooster tail right in front of Brad Keselowski. He just gets sideways here, loses the car. He sits there and hammers the wall with the right front and the right rear.
Flag with a spin just a moment ago.
Yeah, he was coming off turn 4 just before the start-finish line and got loose.
He was all the way off the corner, actually. He was on the straightaway.
Yeah, but Andy, you know you've raced here. You're always got wheeled in that thing all the way through this almost.
That's all.
Watch for the contact there, the 52 car. That is Brad Teague.
I'm not sure if David didn't just surprise Brad there by coming on the inside. Just didn't see him. There's possible contact.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the 22 car he was battling with there.
At Andrew Ranger.
Leaders headed down pit road.
And, yep,
oh, yeah,
he did get a little help from Marcus Ambrose.
Or if you're in the 22 car, it's a lot of help.
If you're scoring at home, that was the Australian into the Canadian.
For this, as he come out of turn 4 here, Josh Wise slides up. This runs the 5 out of racing room.
Man, a 5 car just trying to climb the wall. These guys just got a little argument over space.
Now that's on the outside right in front of Leffler, and then Jason tries to go to the inside and didn't realize, I believe that's Bobby Hamilton Jr. right there. He kind of cut across the nose of his car.
Hamilton Jr. is a lead lap car. Like I said, these guys are just not going to have the patience with guys that are lap down when you get inside of 30 laps to the finish.
Leffler will make his way on pit road. He does.
See what happens.
Top of the screen, and Austin Dillon's car just slips up.
Yeah, that's a tough spot down there in the center of that corner. You get in there just a little bit hard. Either the car might bottom out or you just get over on that right front and it'll really make it loose right in the center.
Looking back from Bliss.
Watch this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're doing a hell of a job there, bud. Proud of you.
There's not a worse place. There's no good place for this to happen, but there's not a worse place than here at Dover. You're barreling off down in that corner, the tire lets go, and there's nothing that you can do. Thank goodness for the safer barriers that we do have here. Makes that car right here. We'll see what happens.
Well, this 40 car started to get a little bit loose.
Yeah.
Right before the contact. You can see the front wheels were actually turned to the right just a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that possibility he had to get out of the throttle just a little bit, and hard for that car right behind you to check up all the time when you're wide open out of the corner. You can see right here, back end stepping out just a little bit.
And you can see the nose. You can see the nose of the 59 kind of drop, but the reaction there when you're that close, you just can't stay off the guy.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. at 25 car going by. Josh Wise, all those cars on the lead lap.
Just how quickly that happens. Your car's already light when you come up out of that corner, the back end in particular.
Outside of the 60. Yeah. Right here, he should be single file because this pit road is just too narrow to do this.
Yeah, and when you're in that spot, you're not going to beat that 60 car out anyway, so just get back in line. 2.5 seconds ahead of our leader, Mike Bliss, so it's going to leave him on the lead lap. See the two cars get together. 11 car just looked like he might have blown a right front tire. I don't know if he got loose there and corrected it into the 4 or if he blew a right front tire to start with. Close racing. Mike Wallace gets a little bit loose.
Yeah,
goes up the racetrack.
Knocks the air out of the left rear tire in the process. So Steven just gets a little loose, and this 5 car is kind of crippled running up above these guys.
Yeah, Joey Logano just snuck by there. If you saw that, the 20 car, as Stephen Wallace was spinning down across the track. Yeah, probably got a lot of stuff on his tires right there, Andy, and didn't get them cleaned off.
Yeah, either that or maybe that right front corner was down pretty good. He might have actually cut a tire and some of that debris up in the high lane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Bobby for his.
But this happened in front. What happened? Mark Martin had a problem in front of these guys. It
that car just
snapped around.
Off.
There's something happened. Something broke on that car right there.
And everybody did a great job of avoiding. This could have been a lot worse than what it was there.
That thing broke an axle. It broke something there to turn that car around like that. Same thing. He's up out of the groove just a little bit, up on the high side. Just tried to keep it out of the wall here. Once you get in that grass, you actually pick up. It feels like you pick up speed sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hard hit with the left rear. Whoa.
He got jacked up huge right there. Looks like he just wasn't ready to go when Mike Bliss was.
He got a huge run on him. Man. The 88 car is just behind here, and I believe he's going to spin either in that or to avoid him. Mike Bliss had just been on pit road also and got fresh tires, so he had a nice run.
Clear, come on.
You can see the 88 got down on the apron
stop in front of you.
And spun.
Yeah, watch Kozlowski at the bottom of the track, just getting the car spun sideways to get by. Remember, he's third in the point standings. We can see what happened to Jason.
Seen coming off the corner. Car just didn't turn right there, so probably that right front tire was going down.
What happened coming off of turn 2?
Looks like maybe the 19 car gets loose coming up out of turn 2.
It's into Stanton Barrett, and then comes all the way across the racetrack. Wow. A close call for Justin Allgaier there.
This is looking okay until Jason Keller gets into the back of Bobby Hamilton Jr.
And Bobby got on the brakes, and you see now he clips Keller, who spins around and will hit the wall with the driver's side.
Leader Kyle Busch just basically has to come to a stop. He sees all this happening right in front of him.
Side by side for position. That is 20th and 21st.
Just got loose. Off the corner of Davis Dremy. Mike Wallace just got loose and had to chase it up the hill.
Logano getting the throttle and car just gets loose. Another hard lesson learned.
Yeah, he's finding out how treacherous this racetrack be.
You see him off turn 2 there, just gets, as he said, got away from him. Tries to save it here. Ooh, Brad Keselowski does a great job of missing him, but he can't keep it out of the inside wall.
Carl Edwards.
I don't think he's really paid.
Oh, got trouble.
Oh, man.
And
no, he didn't miss that one.
Didn't miss that one. He hits it hard. Stephen Wallace involved.
Hold your brake.
Wow.
David Reagan going by.
Yeah, it's hard to tell right from that angle if he got a tap or if it was just the air loosening that car up from Stephen Wallace's 66 car getting right up behind him. Hard hit by Justin Allgaier.
Rudeman, he got by the initial contact and has to dodge Allgaier on the inside.
Let's see if we can see here if there's any contact. We've seen Jeff Green get loose earlier in the night. No contact yet. He gets loose right there. Yeah, he was getting loose.
He got loose before Stephen Wallace got into the back bumper.
Watch the right side of that Chevy come up, and the roof flaps open up, and the car settles back down. Rudeman was right behind this mess. Now watch this car get up on one side and coming right at you.
This ought to be a good camera shot.
Wow. Oh, not good when we can see the tailpipes from one of our cameras, is it?
Wow. The wall. It's loose again right here.
Yeah, chunks of metal coming off the back of the car. The 7 car. Leffler going high.
Oh, Blaney gets loose. Seen that a number of times.
I hate it when you take out your teammate, though.
Yeah, it's not good. Mike Wallace was right behind there. He was saying, I did this just earlier in the race.
He's still not gone yet. He carries him way down.
See Bliss coming across and getting into Tony Raines.
It's all started. Jeff Burton had to get on the brakes a little bit. Brian Vickers, they're up in second and third, and they all had to.
Did you see him going in there? Oh, he got a little help.
Oh, he did get a little help from Clint Boyer.
Rusty, watch. His left front does the same thing. When the thing gets heavy right here, it knocks the left front right off the bead.
Yeah, they tore the left front tires right off these things when they spin. You see Clint Boyer, he's trying to get from the back of that pack to the front quickly. But we had a lead change a little while ago. Take a look.
This, you would have, who would have had thought?
Oh, we got a spin. Clint Boyer. Can he keep from making contact? He's off the wall.
They haven't put it out yet.
Still bottom underneath David Reagan. And boy, it looks like Hamlin just got loose right in front of him. Spins, backs that baby up in the wall. Reagan's on the brakes hard, and it looks like he may have a little damage on the right front, David Reagan. Stay on this racetrack. They're definitely not going to make you run any quicker.
Oh! 22 of Jared Johnson's going to go around, and it looks like he's going to collect the 71 of Ron Young. Edwards, and the championship is on again.
Unbelievable. Started in the back of the pack, and we got to spin at the start-finish line. It's Bobby Hamilton around. Doesn't get hit. Good job out of Bobby, but what about Edwards?
And just before the start-finish line right here, Mike's just trying to come down, clips the 52 car.
New car for Jimmy Means in that organization, so here's the contact. Denny Hamlin. Well, what a job of Montoya. Just turned it.
See, he bounces across some of those asphalt strips. That's part of the quarter-mile racetrack they have in the grassy area.
Well, the 12 was, you could see, was kicking out just a little bit. I believe he might have had to just crack the throttle, and it allowed David Stremme to get just to touch him, send him spinning off of turn 4. Everything. 4 here looked like the car just broke loose on him. Nobody around him. See it just break loose and then slide up into the outside wall. A hard hit, driver's side first.
And you can see this is going to be concrete he's going to hit. It's not that safer barrier that you have in the turns.
Yeah, and you see all that debris you were talking about there, Andy. So it's probably going to necessitate these guys coming to the pits and getting some tires.
Brian Eichler.
And right here we're going to see him, get loose up in turn 2, get into the wall.
He just keeps going after that little contact. You can see the back bumper's falling off, and he's probably got a flat tire. Now he spins the car into the wall.
Used up most of the back end of that one.
Yeah, you can see that tire was flat. backing up.
The 2-car involved, he got through, but there was some contact behind.
I think he got a little damage from that. 3-car get in the corner here and get too high, get up against the wall, scrapes it all the way around. See some pieces flying off of the car, so NASCAR threw the caution to make sure that's...
Just how much on the edge these guys have to drive these cars to get speed. You can see Jeff running the high line, just got away from him. He corrects it. Looks like he's got it under control, but all of a sudden snaps back. Hard hit into the outside wall.
See Denny Hamlin taking evasive action as well as the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's sitting in a bad spot right there. See, he'd been into the wall up there one time, and he was trying to stay out at that time. Kind of gave a tug on the wheel, and the back end jumped out from under him. Didn't hit anything, though. They got 4 tires and gotten themselves back in traffic.
Whoa, got some contact in the wall, goes Legacy.
Got popped from behind by Hamlin and heavy damage now.